Arundhati Roy is a name the world knows. She wrote a book that felt like a river, The God of Small Things. It won a major prize. Before the fame, there was another life, a life few knew. Now she shares part of it. She has written about her mother, Mary Roy. Not just a mother-daughter story, it's about how darkness shapes a person, how pain becomes power. A difficult childhood didn't break her. It made her a voice for the voiceless. We see the light, awards and applause. We rarely see the path behind them. Roy's path was full of sharp stones. Her memoir peels back those layers. A small town in Kerala, a house where love and hurt lived together. She shows scars for understanding, not pity. Her strength comes from complexity and struggle. Her story mirrors India's story. Mary Roy fought old, unfair laws. She was a rebel. She was a force. To know the activist, know the child, know the world she grew up in, she learned to watch, she learned to listen, she learned to see. Her mother's story is the first chapter, the key that unlocks everything. A small girl finds a voice, loud and clear. Childhood is meant to be a safe place, a garden where we can grow without fear. For Arundhati Roy, this was not always true. Her childhood was marked by a powerful, yet difficult relationship with her mother. Mary Roy was a woman of immense strength. She started a school. She fought for the rights of Christian women to inherit property. She was a pioneer, but this strength could also be a storm. Arundhati and her brother were often caught in this storm. It could be fierce and protective one moment, and sharp and hurtful the next. This was the first lesson in the complexities of human nature, a lesson that would echo throughout Roy's life. There were moments of deep pain. Roy speaks of being sent away from home as a small child, of feeling unwanted, of having to build a shield around her heart to protect herself. She learned to find comfort in books and in her own imagination. This was how she survived. But even in the darkness, there were lessons. Mary Roy taught her daughter to be independent. She taught her to question authority. She taught her that a woman did not need a man to have a voice or a place in the world. And Arundhati watched. She saw her mother stand up to powerful people. She saw her refuse to be silenced. So, the childhood that could have broken her instead forged her. Her difficult past did not create a victim. It created a witness, someone who understood injustice not as an idea but as a feeling. Mary Roy was a feminist before the word was common in her corner of the world. She was a woman who broke rules. She was a single mother. She was an educator. She was an activist. She fought a legal battle all the way to the Supreme Court of India, and she won. But this strength had another side. The same fire that fueled her fight for justice could also burn those closest to her. Being the daughter of such a formidable woman was not easy. There was the weight of her expectations. A mother who is a hero to the world can sometimes be a difficult figure at home. The line between being a strong role model and an overpowering presence can be very thin. This created a tension, a push and pull that defined their relationship. This complexity is where the truth lies. It is easy to paint people as either good or bad, heroes or villains. But life is not that simple. Mary Roy was both. She was a source of inspiration and a source of pain. She gave her daughter the tools to fight against injustice, but she was also, at times, the first injustice her daughter had to face. This is a difficult thing to accept, but Arundhati Roy does not shy away from this truth. She embraces it. It taught her that even people who fight for good causes can be flawed. It taught her to see the full, complicated human being. This understanding is at the heart of her activism. She does not believe in perfect heroes. She believes in the power of ordinary, flawed people to do extraordinary things. Her mother was the first example of this. She was a woman who carried both light and shadow within her. Arundhati Roy's writing is not separate from her life. It grows directly from it. The darkness she inherited is the soil from which her stories bloom. In The God of Small Things, she writes about a family in Kerala. A family fractured by secrets, forbidden love, rigid rules of society. It is a world of small things, of quiet heartbreaks and hidden pains. This is the world she knew as a child. She took the emotions of her own life, the feeling of being unloved, the complexities of family, the beauty and cruelty of her homeland, and wove them into a universal story. The darkness was not just a backdrop, it was the ink she used to write. Her non-fiction work is even more direct. When she writes an essay criticizing a government policy, she is not just an analyst, she is a witness. Her words carry the weight of her personal history. She understands power because she has felt its sharp edge in her own life. This is why her writing is so powerful. It is not just intellectual, it is emotional. It connects with people on a deeper level. She writes from the wound, but she does not write to complain. She writes to expose, to challenge, to inspire others to act. This is the hopeful message at the heart of her story. Pain does not have to be the end. It can be a beginning. It can be a teacher. Arundhati Roy took the difficult parts of her life and turned them into a purpose. She did not let her past define her in a negative way. Instead, she used it as a source of strength. She found a way to alchemize her personal suffering into a public service. She shows us that our deepest wounds can become our greatest strengths. They can give us a unique perspective. They can fill us with a passion for justice. They can make us more compassionate human beings. Her journey is an inspiration. It tells us that we do not have to be perfect people from perfect families to make a difference. Arundhati Roy's life is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It shows us that sometimes the most beautiful flowers grow in the darkest of places, and by sharing her story, she gives us all permission to find the light within our own darkness and to use it to illuminate the world.